Relationships are tough, confusing, and who do we go to get advice for our relationship? Well, I can tell you who not to go to. Today we're going to be going over 5 different types of people that you should not get relationship advice from.
Welcome to the MoodMe channel. MoodMe is a new app that allows couples to share their moods, emotions, and desires. MoodMe. There's a mood for that.
Hello Moodlings! I'm Dr. Nicole Unan, the CEO and co-founder of MoodMe and a specialist in mindfulness and emotional intelligence. Getting relationship advice can be a good or bad thing depending on the person we talk to. When we take a relationship advice from another, depending on how much we listen to them, we are opening the relationship up for outside influence. You are in this beautiful relationship cocoon. You're in this bubble. It's you and your partner. And when you allow somebody to influence your relationship, you might as well open the bubble and let them inside. So now that we know how impactful relationship advice can be, let's take a look at the 5 different types of people that you should not take relationship advice from. Number 1, the frenemy. The frenemy is selfish, jealous, envious, and if it came down to you or them, they would totally throw you underneath a bus.
What is it? Regina says everyone hates you because you're such a slut. She said that? You didn't hear it from me.
The term frenemy is a blending of the word friend and enemy. Someone who pretends to be your friend but is secretly wishing your demise. Kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Frenemies can be a little tough to spot, especially if they conned you into thinking that they actually care about you and have your best interest at heart. Some signs to look out for would be that they talk behind your back, they don't celebrate your wins, they're very competitive, they try to one-up you in conversations as well as minimize and devalue your accomplishments. They subtly paper cut you or put you down in public. They're self-centered, opportunistic, and not there for you unless there's something in it for them.
My whole life, I have been bending over backwards to protect your feelings. And you know what? It's not my fault you're so insecure.
And I'm sure it's not your fault you're so conceited.
A frenemy would not be a good person to get relationship advice from because you can't trust them. If the relationship is interrupting their ability to use you, then they will influence you to end it. Vice versa. If you're stuck in a toxic relationship that the friend likes the perks of the relationship, they'll influence you to stay in it. It's all going to surround how they can benefit from the situations and the opportunities that it provides for them. Whatever you do, do not give a frenemy the power to influence your relationship. Number 2, the overly agreeable friend. Sure, absolutely. What you said. Why not? 100%. I think you're really right about this. This friend agrees with everything you have to say about everyone without giving any real input back. Agreeable friends are really easy to talk to, almost too easy. They lean towards taking our side and co-sign on every passionate point that we make. A friend that agrees with everything, if not all things we say, is dangerous when consulting them for relationship advice because they may not offer balanced advice. When a conflict occurs in a relationship, both parties are responsible. So if you have this agreeable friend agreeing with your side of the story, pumping your gas, getting you hyped up, you can see how this may tip the scale and create a disillusioned view of the situation. That's causing you not to be able to hear your partner's side because you already got evidence that you are 100% correct about this. Number 3, the cynical friend. This type of friend has been burned by love, singed actually. Their heart is closed off, so much that they don't believe in love anymore. Many of their comments about love and relationships will have a dark and negative tone to it.
You know, it's funny. Some of us will never ever find true love. Like, take for instance, me.
Their cynicism is being used as a shield to protect them from getting hurt again. They don't want to open the door to hope because they've been crushed by it before, and they won't want you to do it either. Unfortunately, cynicism can be contagious. And therefore, if you go to this type of friend for relationship advice, it could be met with distrust, defensiveness, and a pessimistic attitude. They will most likely focus on the bad things that can happen rather than the good and have a warped view of the conflict. They may also be anchored to the belief of how the situation will turn out and be attached to the negative outcome because that would mean that their view of love being bad and hurtful phenomenon would be correct. Number 4, the codependent friend. The codependent friend includes those where two people are so enmeshed that all of the boundaries just melt away. Enmeshment means that both people have lost their individual identities to the friendship. Now, if you're in a codependent friendship and you try to bring another person in, like a significant other, your friend will obviously feel these effects, as energy will be taken away from the friendship and placed more on the new intimate relationship that is forming. A codependent friend can become controlling or jealous if you start to become close to somebody else, like another friend or a romantic partner. Your codependent friend may feel deeply threatened. Therefore, your friend may feel abandoned, lost, confused, and may try to stop you from being successful in your new relationship. It is not a good idea to go to this person for relationship advice. A hidden agenda may lurk behind the kind and comforting words. Or in codependent friendships, when one person is upset, the other person is too, as there's no boundaries between emotions. So getting advice from this person wouldn't be beneficial, as they're so attached to your experience that they can't get a clear vision to help you. Number 5, the drama junkie. Drama junkies' favorite thing in the world is to stir up trouble and gossip. Some people are just addicted to drama. It triggers a part of your brain that makes you feel like you're on drugs. Drama junkies are that sincerely interested in your story as much as they're just feeding off of the thrill of the emotional roller coaster ride. And as soon as you get done confiding in them, they'll surely go tell another person, and to make sure include all of the juicy details. They may have an inability to stay out of your conflict, as they typically see a conflict as an opportunity to get involved and take sides. That's contributing more to the problem and not helping solve it. All right, we've gone over 5 different types of people not to take relationship advice from. So let's go over the type of people that would be helpful to take relationship advice from. Number 1, yourself and your intuition. If you take the time to slow down, you'll hear your intuitive voice. This inner voice is the most important advice you're gonna get. This isn't your egoic voice or your scared child voice that will lead you forwards with fear. This is your mature, higher self voice that will show you the way forward with strength, love, and courage. It's a powerful guiding force that can be developed and worked on. So why should we listen to ourselves and our intuition over everybody else? Because you are the only one who knows the relationship to the core. How many times do we leave out details or our stories change depending on the person that we're talking to? How many times do we sway the story to shift the way the audience will react? Building a relationship with your intuition is important because it creates trust in the decision-making process. So the next time you're in a relationship conflict, take some time, ask your intuition to step forwards and speak. Even though it may or may not be what you want to hear, listen. If we do go to others for advice, we want to look for these qualities in the person that we are asking for help. This person should be a good listener, ask a lot of questions, have a balanced view, and can look at both sides of the story evenly. Gives honest feedback when asked, meaning that they're not afraid to tell you when you're wrong, but they aren't afraid to say when you've been mistreated. Someone who will not judge you, but make you feel safe to be honest. Someone that will meet your pain with gentleness, compassion, and care. Someone who is rooting for you and is actually on your team. And someone who has had relationship experience or somebody that you look up to. Thank you for watching our video. If you like our content, please subscribe, share, and like.